Well. World-class veteran video game critic Michael Does Life. Oh, Michael.
Oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, it's a setup, there's an oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, it's a setup, there's an oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, it's a setup, there's an oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, it's a setup, there's an oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, it's a setup, there's an oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, it's a setup, there's an oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, it's a setup, trailer, there's a mo, it's a piece, dirty moment, bound to break and get your beat, no, don't be bum bum ball, we got to get on the ground, no, don't be bum bum ball, 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 no, don't be bum bum ball. It's a setup, it's a setup, it's a setup, there's an oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, it's a setup, there's an oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, don't be bum oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, don't be bum oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, don't be bum oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, don't be bum oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, don't be bum trailer, there's a mo, it's a piece, dirty moment, bound to break and get your beat, no, don't be bum bum ball, we got to get on the ground, no, don't be bum bum ball, oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, don't be bum bum ball, trailer, there's a mo, it's a piece, dirty moment, bound to break and get your beat, no, don't be bum bum ball, we got to get on the ground, no, don't be bum bum ball, setup, setup.
Shut the fuck up! Fucker! Move!
We need you to lock in, folks, and lock in a way that makes sense because we got Lucas coming through, Papa the Charity from Canada. And he knows what it's like to be out here in the colder weather. It's fantastic that we got cold climate people tagging along so that they can relate to this broadcast because we have a lot of people in the southern states and, you know, they got warm temperatures and they don't know what it's like to be in the cold. So we got Lucas coming through. He's coming through in a way that makes sense. It's what we love to see. We're going to go ahead and get the lasers out. Lucas is coming through. He's coming through so fantastically to kick things off as we have some technical difficulties here. Let's see if the laser machine is working. Should be working now. Lucas is coming through. He's coming through so fantastically to kick this one off. We got a lot to break down here today because there was more information that we didn't gather yesterday during the conference call reaction stream that we want to discuss here today, as we are 288 days away until the biggest entity in all of Vidya. And we need you guys to lock in for this journey. It's going to be one hell of a ride. Look at this right here. SpongeBob's coming through. Look at this right here. Under the sea, he's coming through. You'll love to see it. SpongeBob's in the building.
Covered in frost. Cold must have killed the bees.
Yeah, well, that's a terrible game, I'll tell you. It's a terrible game. And we're certainly hoping that that game is nothing like GTA 6 because Witcher 3 is a snooze fest. That we can certainly tell you. We got SpongeBob coming through. He's coming through, and he's coming through in a way that makes sense. You love to see it. SpongeBob is in the building, and he's coming through. We need you to lock in. 288 days away until the release of Grand Theft Auto 6 on November 19th, 2026, which we now know is locked in, at least for the time being. It looks like all steam, full steam ahead here for the November 19th, 2026 release date, which, of course, is 288 days away until you can finally play the game. Got a low-energy chat in here. We're not liking that. And you guys got to shape up. You got 288 days to figure this out, folks. They're already view-botting the broadcast, which isn't great. But it's typical of people that are total incels and total losers. Of course, I'm not one of them, so I wouldn't know how they operate or calculate. But nonetheless, that's what they're doing right now. And this chat is completely dead unless it's frozen on my end, so not off to a great start, although we do have great support from Lucas and Sponge. But right now the conversation is completely one-sided here, and that means you guys are fake gamers. And I hate to put it on you guys like that, but I mean, it's true. If you guys have nothing to say, then you might very well be a fake gamer. Can't discuss the biggest entity in all of Vidya when we have literally brand new news from yesterday is really unbelievable. Harry Holmes is plowing through. Look at this right here. Harry Holmes is in the building.
It's amazing how other channels hyping GTA 6 up web. We was here live on air yesterday. Madness.
That's what we're talking about. Well, I've been covering GTA 6 since the first trailer, 2023. And it was a lot of fun, but it was hard to go off of nothing for so long. And now that it's looking like there is light at the end of the tunnel, it is opening up a lot better. And we will be covering it and locking in, especially right after Resident Evil. I think it might be full steam ahead on Grand Theft Auto 6 because, yeah, we can cover Crimson Desert and all these other games, but I think those games are going to be pit stops, to say the least. It really depends on Marathon, but pit stops, to say the least. And we'll take a look as we head towards those games. Of course, right now Resident Evil is the big focus, but with news like yesterday, we can't help but get excited. So we got Harry Holmes in the building. He was plowing through yesterday, and he's coming through yet again. It's what we love to see. Let's go ahead and get the lasers out yet again. Harry Holmes is in the building. Let's go ahead and get some dubs in the chat. Let's go ahead and get that conversation going. We can't work off W's and ones in here. I mean, you guys are mentally not well, and I am. So, you know, you're going to have to meet me on the Harvard graduate level. Of course, I'm not a Harvard graduate, but I mean, that's where my IQ is at compared to these people in the chat. Seems like anyway. It's fucking ridiculous. You can't string together a sentence, and I'm out here when it's still freezing temperatures. It's 27 degrees Fahrenheit, so a little warmer here today, but we can't be out here for too long because it gets cold quick when you're not moving around. So we need you guys to start locking in. Harry Holmes is in the building, and he's coming through, and he's coming through in a way that makes sense. You love to see it. We're here to talk about Grand Theft Auto 6. And if you guys can't participate in the conversation, then it's a show that we just kind of can't do. at least successfully. So we need you to start locking in. There's a alt spamming the chat. That's how terrible it is in here. You guys said you guys were bored of the gameplay streams, and you guys were bored of the indoor streams, and now we're taking it outdoors once the weather gets a little bit better, and now you guys can't be bothered to even chat at all. I mean, it's the worst it's been in here. And we have literally brand new news on the biggest entity in all of Vidya. So here's what we're going to do. If you can't talk about this game in February of 2026, don't come back in November, because you had nothing to say now. 288 days out. Now all of a sudden you want to talk about the game. That's hypocritical. That's hypocritical, because we literally have like 3 or 4 brand new confirmations just from yesterday that we have yet to discuss here that we didn't even know were a thing until we read about it later on. So we will be breaking this down here today. We need you to hit the like button, share the broadcast, formulate sentences in the chat about the video game. It's a video game discussion show. Okay, that's what we're here to do, to talk about the world of video games. If you're not interested in that, that's on you, and I can't help you. But there's plenty of other YouTube channels to watch, thousands and thousands and thousands, maybe millions, who knows. So you'll find your channel eventually, but, you know, right here is the time and place to be for video game discussion that is unfiltered, that isn't pure shilling, and isn't, we don't do woke grifting either. There's a lot of woke grifters out there and stuff like that, but quite frankly, all these games are woke, and I think that's a silly thing to focus on. We like to focus on the nuts and bolts. We like to focus on the framework. We like to focus on whether or not the game is working. And, you know, if it's worth the wait, especially this one's going to be a big one to really test out. So we do anticipate massive viewers, and we will have backup plans because they're going to be botting to try and deflate the stream when it does launch November 19th. And we will be putting eggs in different baskets. Let's just put it that way. To get out of here with these fucking whack jobs, because it's just not fair for the show. It's not fair for what we do, and it's not fair for our time to put it into a system here that just doesn't really help you at all. I mean, it's a sad situation. Harry Holmes yet again coming through. It's what we love to see. 2-time Tony Hawk combo. Harry Holmes is in the building.
Through Super Chat. Michael, how big do you think the map will be in GTA 6 game world?
Hopefully it's a lot smaller. We're tired of these big maps. I mean, GTA 5 was fine, but the problem with GTA 5 was not fine, because one of the big problems with Grand Theft Auto 5 is that you had Los Santos and all of these city elements at the very bottom, and then the rest of the map was just basically countryside, and there wasn't anything to do. I mean, there really wasn't. And I remember playing that in 2013 and thinking, wow, Rockstar's going to really figure this one out, right? We got a like in-depth city of Los Santos and, you know, downtown Los Angeles and Hollywood Boulevard, obviously a parody of those. And you know, we thought it was going to really work out. And then it turns out that it's just, there's nothing going on in the map. It's a barren wasteland. It's almost like a freaking Fallout game in terms of what's really happening on the map. It's really bare bones. So I think the GTA 5 map on paper could have worked, but I think there was too many limitations on really making it work in a way that makes sense. Because once you get up to the top half area, there's nothing to do. I mean, you can go up Mount Gilead and stuff like that, but, you know, that gets boring after a while. So we got Harry Holmes in the building with the 3-time Tony Hawk combo. He is plowing through. We do appreciate that big-time, beautiful, big player support as of late, helping kick things up here when it is desperately needed, because it's GTA 6 season in the coming months, and before that we have Resident Evil 9 Requiem, which is coming out in literally like 2 or 3 weeks. So we need you guys to lock in on that. That's going to be a big one, we're hoping. And yeah, GTA 5, the rest of the map was terrible. It was a really sad situation. But, you know, it was basically a template for GTA Online. That's what it was. It was a template for GTA Online. Yeah, we're at the Phil Spencer Garden, so hit the like button and start communicating in here. You guys reminisce about the past, and then when we give you the past, you guys can't figure it out. So it's a you problem, not a me problem. But nonetheless, Harry Holmes in the building with a 3-time Tony Hawk combo. Coming through hard and strong. We need you to lock in. It is cold out here. We can't stay out here all day because it's cold, believe me. Yeah, we need you to lock in in a way that makes sense. Contribute to the conversation more than just W if you have the brain capacity. If you don't, I guess just continue to do that. But, man, oh, man, we got to have a little bit more faithful discussions in here, and I hate to take it to politics because I know that's what gets you guys fired up. But, man, it's really sad that that's what it's kind of devolved into. You don't care about software. You don't care about video games. But, boy, oh, boy, when you start talking politics, someone's got an opinion. They're going to raise their hand and say, Michael, I have an opinion. And it's just like, nah, we're not going to go down that road because there's no need. So we need you guys to start figuring it out in here. Start sharing the broadcast on gaming forums. Go to Reddit, go to Twitter, go to 4channel. Get it out there. That's what you guys used to do with this show back in 2020, and that's how it got discovered. One of the big ways. But I'm not sure if we have those people that still go out there and do that because, well, you probably will get banned. I will say that. You probably will get banned. They'll ban you on Reddit for sure if you share the content, although they like to steal the content and put it on Reddit and then get the karma points for it. They love doing that. But if that helps them sleep better at night, then, clearly I've done my job. Because these people are pathetic. I mean, they're incels, they're losers, they're total whack jobs. And, they need to put their pacifier in their mouth every night to go to bed. I mean, that's what they do. And world class is rent-free in their heads. So, if we can help make that sleep a little bit cozier, then that's fantastic. So we are going to be breaking this down here today. And we're going to be breaking it down here in a way that makes sense. We need you to lock in. We need you to lock in in a way that makes sense. We got Rocky Balboa coming through here. Well, he's not coming through necessarily, but he's in the chat. We got Mike Bobo in the building. We got one mod in here. And yesterday someone was complaining about the mods, and the mods weren't even in here. I don't know what they were seeing, but the mods weren't in here. I mean, very seldom. A couple of people were, but that was about it. And we had over 400 viewers. They seem to be real. Today it's not real, but they seem to be organic yesterday. And, when we have bigger streams like that, the mods seemingly clam up. They get scared when there's new viewers in here or something. It's a weird thing, but... it's just like, bro, when we got big, like Resident Evil 9 Requiem, when we play that game, motherfucking ass, the mods got to be in here. I mean, that's a big stream. Like, I select the wrench on people that I think are appropriate for the position. And of course, it's not paid, but why would it be? We don't have any fucking viewers. But I'm just saying, you guys got to figure it out in here and figure it out in a way that makes sense. This is why the show isn't as good anymore. It's because you guys can't communicate back. It's very awkward to do a live stream when no one talks back to you. Unless you want me to completely ignore it, that's what Markiplier does. If you watch Markiplier, according to your guys' logic, but he gets a pass because he's an actual celebrity and he's famous and he's got millions and millions of views and stuff like that. And, here they go in their little Discord. Michael's delusional. Oh, he thinks he's Markiplier. I don't think I'm Markiplier. I'm making a fucking metaphor. I'm making a fucking analogy, retard. Okay? You're the delusional fuck. Listen here, bud. Markiplier goes live. He doesn't react to the super chats. He doesn't react to the chat at all. Hell, I was even convinced that it was pre-recorded because I was watching it, and it's just like, is this even live? There's no indication that it is even live. Could be a pre-recorded video that he just broadcast live. I'm not sure if it is, but man, oh man, he doesn't acknowledge any of the support. And he gets big-time support. He's a multimillionaire, by the way. He's getting big-time support. Doesn't mention a single fucking super chat. So, unbelievable, I'll tell you. And it's a sad situation. Okay, well, here's what we're going to do in the coming weeks and coming months. We're not going to be talking about fake fans. We're not going to be talking about they. We're not going to be talking about past viewers or past streams. We're locking into the now. You either fuck with it or you don't. I hate to put it blunt and bold like that, but that's how it's going to be. And if you mods can't help it, I will take the wrench off of you and we will move on, okay? It doesn't matter that certain people no longer like the show. We don't do the show for them, okay? I'm sorry that we couldn't satisfy their needs or wants, but they never reached out and tried to communicate anyway. So I can't read minds, right? If there's no line of communication, I can't lead my... You have to learn how to communicate in this life, okay? You do. You really do. That's what this is all about. Learning how to communicate, because you losers obviously figure that... You didn't figure that out when you fucking got your diploma, for those that did. Of course, we know that there are some that didn't. Adam Theory in the building. And he's coming through. It's what we love to see. Let's go ahead and get the lasers out. Lasers are working hard here today, and that's what we love to see. Adam Theory coming through. And coming through hard and strong. Rocky Balboa says, where's the support? Well, you're getting timed out because we're getting great support today. So you're going to go ahead and take a timeout because you're a fucking whack job. There's literally support on the screen. And you can cope and see that people are supporting the broadcast because we know that gets under your skin. Thank you so much. Look at this right here. We're just getting love. Showered with love. And we know it pisses you off. That's great. Fan-fucking-tastic. Look at that right there. Boom.
Michael, do you think the gameplay of GTA 6 will be better than RDR2 mechanics?
Well, we certainly hope that it will be because Red Dead Redemption 2, I mean, we just played that on stream a few days ago, and it's just not something we really need to play again. I beat it in 2018, and we had our journey with the game, but it's a very disappointing game. And I've made multiple videos on why it's a disappointing game, and I could make a hell of a lot more videos on why I think it's a disappointing game. But you have a sensitive bunch of people that like that game, and they will get the pitchforks out for that one. So it's just not something we want to really partake in because we have newer games to cover. We got Resident Evil 9, we got Marathon, we got Crimson Desert, we have what's that game coming out in May? Harry Holmes, you were talking about it yesterday. There's a game coming out in May. I can't remember what it is. It's a pretty bigger game, too. And then, of course, you have Grand Theft Auto 6. Maybe even WWE 2K. I think that's launching in March. So March is going to be a big month. Huge month. Huge month. March is going to be a huge month. 3 or 4 big games in March alone. And, of course, late February is Resident Evil 9. And then, of course, the big game, and the biggest video game in the entire planet, Grand Theft Auto 6, November 19th, 2026, at least as we know right now. And it seems like it's more full steam ahead than it's ever been, which is fantastic. So we're going to be breaking this one down here. And we're going to be breaking it down here in a way that makes sense. We need you guys to lock in, hit the like button, share the broadcast. Yeah, the Batman game. See, I'm telling you, man, once you get into late February, it's going to be go time with these games. Like, I'm being dead ass because late February 27th, later this month in a couple of weeks, you literally have Resident Evil Requiem, which is the first original Resident Evil game since Resident Evil Village. That came out, of course, in 2021. In March, you have Crimson Desert, which is a huge open-world RPG, right? A lot of big question marks surrounding that game. You have Marathon, a huge multiplayer game that is going to kill Arc Raiders, even though I know they're different games, even though they're similar but different. And you also have WWE 2K26. So those are what, 3 games right there? 3 games right there in March that are big games. Georgie's coming through. Look at this right here. You'll love to see it. Georgie's in the building.
Haters, Michael. In the meantime, I nested by extra gigabyte storage for my PlayStation 5.
Yeah, well, hopefully you got a great deal on it because the prices are only going up. And it's a sad situation on these prices. And that's another reason why this game has to come out because things are not going to get cheaper. The hardwares are going to get more expensive, and you know, if they can reassure that this game is coming November 19th, 2026, then quite frankly, they can come in and say, okay, get your PS5 ready, get your Xbox ready, before the prices potentially go up between now and then in 288 days. So we got Georgie coming through. It's what we love to see. Huge W's right there. Georgie's in the building, and he's coming through. Huge open world with nothing to do. Well, you know, that's where this game is going to, that's where this game is going to come in and hopefully rectify that problem because it's a massive problem, that we can tell you. It's a massive problem with these open world games having nothing to do. And then, of course, in April we have Lego Batman. Summertime's going to be a little probably slow because it usually is. But you got the World Cup this summer. I mean, not everyone's into that, but it is a big thing if you are into it. And I think it's once every 4 years, right? So that's a huge thing. You got the summer, and not only that, but you have the marketing for this game potentially kicking up in May, right? That's what we're assuming right now. They said it's going to start sometime in the summer. So
Harry Holmes 4,000.
Harry Holmes yet again coming through, plowing hard and strong. You love to see it. Look at this right here, Harry Holmes.
Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight in May. The open world looks amazing for Lego. It's doing something different for Lego games.
Yeah, I think it's fusing some of the Lego games together, some of the Batman stuff together, and we will probably check that out. I'm not big on Lego games, but I think that one does look pretty cool. And we'll probably be checking that out in April, I believe. So April or May, whenever that releases. But you have GTA 6 Trailer 3 potentially dropping or something starting up this summer. So, I mean, you're going to be satisfied once the late February season hits here with Resident Evil 9 Requiem. That's going to, you're going to get at least a week of gameplay out of that game. And then, of course, you have in March Crimson Desert, Marathon, WWE 2K26. There could be another game, too, that I'm not remembering. I think those are all coming in March, right? You could double-check if I'm wrong. And then you have Lego Batman. That's on the horizon. And then you have the marketing for this game starting up. So you're basically going to have no downtime, especially if you take your time in these games here. I mean, depending on which game you get. Because Crimson Desert, that's going to offer probably at least, 60 hours of gameplay, if not way more. I mean, I don't know, but, those open world games, those open world RPGs, I mean, if you were to start Assassin's Creed Valhalla right now, from scratch, I mean, and you had a normal schedule, motherfucking ass, that game would take you literally like 2 or 3 months to complete because it's so fucking bloated and big. And maybe that's not a great thing, but if you need a game to kill time or something, then there's plenty of games out there to help the wait here. We got Adam Theory coming in. Look at that right there. Adam Theory is coming in, and he's joining in the winner's circle. It's what we love to see. We're going to come over here. We're going to show you the reality of the situation because we learned a couple of things or two yesterday that we weren't able to cover. And I didn't even know that they were confirmed, but I think they did another interview with Strauss. And I think that's where they got the information. Because I listened to the call, and we didn't hear anything about any of this stuff in the call unless we missed it. But this is crazy news, and some of it I don't agree with, to be honest. Some of it I don't agree with. And we're going to come over here, and we're going to break it down. We need you to lock in, hit the like button, share the broadcast. They are view-botting the channel here. Which is unfortunate, but what can you do? Mentally ill people are active on the internet 24/7. Alrighty, so this is the reality of Grand Theft Auto 6. We're going to break this down here. This is what we know as of right now, coming off of the investor call from Take-Two. And we came away from that call and we thought that well, it's looking more positive than ever before, at least right now. They've said the right things, and we're hoping that everything is on track, and we're hoping that everything is going to come to fruition in a way that makes sense for the biggest entity in all of video, Grand Theft Auto 6. It's as simple as that. So we need you guys to lock in here because we're going to break it down here in a way that makes sense. So we are, as of this broadcast, 288 days away. Now it's a little bit of a ways away, but nonetheless we can handle it because if you look at if you look at when trailer 2 came out, I think it's in the 200 range. It was 200 something days ago when trailer 2 came out for this game back in May of last year. So 288 days. It does seem like a long time, but believe me, I mean, we're already in early February. The Super Bowl is coming up this Sunday. Of course, you guys don't watch that, but, I mean, it's just flying by here. It's almost March. And when you get with these games, Resident Evil 9, Crimson Desert, Marathon, 2K26, WWE, Lego Batman, I mean, bro, those are big games. All of those games are big. All of those games have at least probably, 20, 30, 40, 50 plus hours of gameplay, depending on how you play. So, I mean, maybe not Resident Evil. I guess it really depends on this one, but there should be a bulk of content in Resident Evil to at least, hold you over for at least, 25 hours? And it's just, you're going to be occupied. You're going to be occupied because there's only 28 days in February. So you look at Resident Evil 9, it comes out February 27th. You're basically in March is when the game comes out. It's basically, it's just 2 days away from March. So you're basically in March. That's going to fulfill you until Crimson Desert, which I believe that releases early March. Marathon is probably, well, what is going on with Marathon? Is there going to be a play test or anything? Because it's coming out pretty quick here, and I'm not hearing a damn thing about the game. So hopefully it's not delayed. But that's right around the corner. And then of course you got WWE 2K26 on the horizon too. I don't think anyone's really a big fan of that game in here, although they like to talk about the Royal Rumble last Sunday. They were so hell bent on talking about the Royal Rumble. It's a sad situation. And not only that, there's another game coming out. Hold on. There's another game coming out this month that no one is talking about, and it's probably going to be totally terrible. The first one was absolute garbage. High on Life 2 is coming out. I think it's this month. Either this month or next month. But High on Life 2 is coming out, I think, later this month, which there's no hype for. And I guess we'll check that out. But, man, the first game, I don't even know if we played it. I think we did try it, but it's terrible slop. The main character keeps yapping, and it's woke garbage. But we'll check out the second. Maybe it's a lot better. I don't know. So you got that game as well. Before, I believe, Resident Evil 9, you have High on Life 2. I think that's on Game Pass Day 1. Motherfucking ass. We're going to be eating good here. Well, that's what they said in the conference call. They said it's going to be red meat for breakfast. And that's what we need to hear. We need that red meat for the fucking breakfast because motherfucking ass. The wait is becoming tiring, and the software is going to start kicking up. So you're either with world class or you're against world class. I mean, it's as simple as that. So instead of romanticizing about past streams and about past things, why don't you get the fuck up in here and enjoy the ride as we head into the biggest entity in all of video, Grand Theft Auto 6. It's really that simple. So you can't say gaming is dead because that's objectively untrue. You can't say gaming is dead. You can't project your crippling depression and say that, well, I don't like video games anymore, therefore they're dead. We're getting a lot of games coming out within just the next 3 months that are going to be big games. Maybe they all suck, but we're not there yet. So you can't say gaming is dead when we haven't played these games yet. In Resident Evil 9, they are still not showing much more of the game outside of those 2 sections that they have been showing for weeks and weeks and months now. And it's just, clearly there's much more to the game than what they're showing. And I just hope that the game goes in an okay direction. And it's not just the same crap over and over and over again because, quite frankly, that's just going to be another run-of-the-mill game. I mean, you got to bring something new to the table. And I think the open-level stuff with Leon and the abandoned Raccoon City, I think that could be interesting. But we'll see how they implement it, and we'll see what they ultimately do with it. And spoilers will probably be leaking within the next week or so, if not sooner. Because physical copies will be probably getting out, and we're gonna jump into that. But right now, like I said, 288 days until the launch of Grand Theft Auto 6. Hit the like button, share the broadcast, because this is the reality of GTA 6 as it stands right now. 288 days until GTA 6. 288 days, folks. I need you to lock in on that. That's not that long. That I could tell you. 288 days. Harry Holmes in the building yet again. You'll love to see it.
At Harry Holmes 4,576.
Harry Holmes coming through.
£10
yet again. Harry fucking
High on
Holmes.
Life 2 February 13th, 26.
Oh,
I
shit,
wasn't
that's coming
fan
out
of the
quick.
First game, but
Wow.
I eat red meat for breakfast,
That's what we're talking about. We know you do because you're a king. And that's what we love to see. Harry Holmes in the building yet again. Huge W's as Harry Holmes showers us with the love. And coming through so fiercely and so fantastically, and it is absolutely, utterly beautiful support. And that is sooner rather than later. So February 13th, High on Life 2. We will be checking that out. And that'll help pass the time with Resident Evil 9. So, I mean, man, it's gonna be back-to-back releases here. Hopefully you guys got a clear schedule because some of these games are going to take 50 hours to fucking complete, potentially, if you want to see all the bells and whistles. And it's going to be crazy. We're going to try and cover them as best as possible and in a way that makes sense. So hit the like button, share the broadcast, and subscribe to the channel, youtube.com/MichaelDoesLive. 108,000 subscribers. So we got Harry Holmes gracing us with beautiful love and beautiful support. And as we come back over here, we look at the reality of the situation. GTA 6 is 288 days away. And what we also know is that the marketing starts this summer. That's what we learned yesterday. We learned that the marketing starts officially this summer. They've never been more confident in the product. We have never heard anything like that. Where's my mouse? We have never heard anything like that before Usually it's a vague answer, and they don't really give you a timeline or a window. And now we know officially, as it stands right now, that the marketing is going to begin this summer. Can you imagine stepping outside? Well, actually, you probably can't because, that's something you guys probably don't do often. But I can imagine being out here with shorts on and not having to fight the, abrasive weather out here because it is chilly. And we just soak it in. We soak the vitamin D in. We soak it in. And we just think, man, GTA 6. Guys, I need you to lock in. Hit the like button. Share the broadcast. Get the chat moving. Let's go. There's no excuses. But can you imagine coming out here soaking in the sun, the vitamin D, and you know that GTA 6 is actually coming later this year? I mean, there's just something about that. It's almost like buckling the seatbelt, and you're in for one hell of a ride, and it's a fantastic ride. I'm serious. I mean, it's really going to be something special, and I just hope that you guys get out of your depression state, and you stop focusing on the politics and all of that stuff, and just enjoy what video games can provide and try and look at it from a different lens and a different perspective. Because you're not going to enjoy them if you just go in thinking that things are woke and thinking that things... We understand that video games don't hit the same. I mean, it's called growing. You're growing, you're getting older. That's normal. In fact, if video games still hit the same, well, that wouldn't be normal. So it's okay for you to not like video games, despite what these incels on the internet and these gaming forums will tell you. It's okay to put them down. And if you don't come back to them, that's okay as well. If you do come back to them, they're always there. So it's just time, to lock in this summer for the biggest entity in all of video. There's no video game that is going to be bigger, past or present or future, than, of course, Grand Theft Auto 6. There's no game that's going to be bigger, okay? Everything that I have said about this game is seemingly coming to fruition. And I already told you guys, I said, well, now that we know the timeline of when the marketing is supposed to start this summer, the PlayStation 5 Pro needs to be, you got to pick one up. Everyone is going to be wanting a PlayStation, and I know this is you just don't, you can't see it. You don't have the foresight to really look into the future here, and I do. That's why World Class is somebody and you're nobody. But motherfucking ass, motherfucking ass, the PlayStation 5 Pro is going to be a sought-after console, okay? The PlayStation 5 Pro is going to be a sought-after console. Everyone is going to want a PlayStation 5 Pro because it might very well be the only place where you can get 60 frames per second on Grand Theft Auto 6. And that's a big thing. That's a huge deal. And I understand you can't really grasp that concept right now, but come November 19th, you're going to go into the store and you're going to see that the PlayStation 5s are completely sold out. Hell, even the base PS5s are going to be dwindling. They might be sold out too. All of the Xboxes will be sold out as well. You're not going to be able to find a console. You're talking about the casual audience is coming back. They're coming back to gaming. Because what has happened, the gaming publishers, the gaming developers, they are so hell-bent on winning the approval of these incels on the internet. They're looking at the Metacritic score. They're looking at the Twitter discussion. They're looking at all this other bullshit. And that's why gaming sucks. Because they cater and pander to fucking Metacritic scores and what are the reviews looking like on Steam and the Steam charts and all that garbage. It's poppycock. It's really what it is. It's poppycock. Motherfucking ass. They need to come back and bring gaming back. Gaming is coming back this November. Your buddy that put the controller down when in 2008 is coming back. Okay. That's what I'm saying. You're going to have people that used to play video games very heavily, maybe the PS1, PS2, PS3 era, and they just fell out of it. Maybe the PS4 era even. And they just fell out of it. They're coming back for Grand Theft Auto 6. Everyone and their grandma is coming back for Grand Theft Auto 6. I can tell you that right now. So you're talking about an audience that normally would have never shown back up, but they are making that exception for Grand Theft Auto 6. And we are talking about the casual audience. We are talking about the mobile audience. They are going to be curious because it is going to be a massive, massive, massive game. And I don't care if you don't agree, okay? You're going to come back to this. Actually, you won't. I wish you guys did. I wish you guys came back to some of these streams and just said, damn, they used to do that. When I was right about Cyberpunk, some people actually did come back over and they said, holy shit, this guy was a prophet. Well, I was just trying to show you. I was trying to save you guys some bucks, but whatever. You know, you wanted to play Defiant and sit there and say, oh, Michael, you don't even have the game. You're fucking lying. Download the day one update. All this bullshit. And, you know, if the same thing happens with this game, we'll be sure to let you know what the reality really is. But it would be nice for you guys to come back to the stream and be like, holy shit, he was right on the money. So the PlayStation 5 is going to be completely sold out. Especially if it has that 60 frames boost. I mean, it's going to be the definitive place to play Grand Theft Auto 6, and believe me, people want the definitive place to play Grand Theft Auto 6, and you might not see that right now, but you will in 288 days. So the marketing starts this summer, and we are 288 days away. Now here we go. We just learned yesterday that right now, the November 19th release date is locked in. And that is fantastic news. Now, what makes that locked in is because they said they're starting the marketing this summer. And it wouldn't make sense to start the marketing this summer if the game weren't coming out in November. I mean, I guess worst case scenario, they do start the marketing in the summer, and if they do have to push the game back to spring 2027, I guess it's not going to be the end of the world, but it would certainly suck, and it wouldn't really make that much sense. But the marketing is supposed to start this summer. Now, of course, we're not there yet, so we don't know if that's still, of course, when we get into May, I think that's going to be a big month when things really start kicking off. Screenshots, maybe a new trailer, and then, of course, later on, past that, gameplay previews and stuff like that from journalists. No raw gameplay, of course, but you're talking a big one. You're talking a big lead up to this one. So we got the marketing starting this summer and then the November 19th release date locked in. Okay. The big news yesterday was the fact that they are starting the marketing in the summer. That is massive. That is what we love to hear. We need to know when that is starting because now we can get a better picture on, okay, whether or not this is actually coming November 19th. And they have reaffirmed that, yes, it is coming November 19th as well. So we come back over here, 288 days away. Marketing starts this summer. November 19th release is locked in. Now, here's what I don't agree with. Okay, this is where I'm going to actually put my foot down and say that right now, and of course this could change, there is apparently, despite what we heard, we heard rumors and rumblings that the disc version was going to be pushed back potentially into 2027 to mitigate leaks and the game just being all over the internet before November 19th. However, yesterday they have said that the disc version is actually coming day one. And in my opinion, this is a terrible thing. And if I, it's a terrible thing because this game has already leaked years ago, back in 2023 or 2022, this game leaked in its development stage, and Georgie's coming through yet again. Look at this right here.
$5.
Georgie's coming through yet again.
Question: are you buying GTA 6 inches disc edition or digital?
Well, I mean, they are saying that they are doing a disc version. I think they should actually take a second look at doing that, and I think they shouldn't do it day one. I really don't, and again, things can change. We're in February, but in my opinion, I think releasing the disc day one, unless they have it under internet, where you have to go online to play the game, because then it would make it useless. And we've seen that before. If you get Call of Duty early on disc, you can't play it. If the servers aren't on, there's nothing on the disc. That's been that way for a long time. In fact, those are my most popular videos. And they started that, I believe, right after Infinite Warfare. So the 2017 Call of Duty, which I believe was Call of Duty World War II, that's when they started doing it, where you had to download some of the game on the internet and it wasn't fully on the disc, which is a terrible thing. But because who cares about Call of Duty spoilers? I mean, that's ridiculous. But this is a totally different ballgame. And right now the plans are to release the game physically day one as well. So November 19th, there apparently will be a disc as well. Despite what we heard weeks ago, that the game was potentially on disc anyway being pushed back to 2027. And I actually agree with that. I think that this game should not be releasing November 19th, 2026. I think that that is a terrible thing to put it on disc on November 19th, 2026, because you're going to have these people leak the game. I mean, the game is going to be all over the internet well before November 19th. You're going to have content creators that have big monies and big sponsorships. They're going to pay big money for this game. We're talking thousands and thousands of dollars to play this game early. And it's going to be a whole scene surrounding that. I think unless they have the online thing locked in, where you can't, maybe the disc does come out early, someone gets it early, but you can't play it, well, that's okay then. But you're also running the risk of someone data mining the disc, and now with the PlayStation 5 being hacked, we don't know what the capabilities of that fully are. And this is the biggest video game ever. People on the internet, they love attention. It's an economy attention, and they're going to do whatever they have to do in order to fucking be the first person to get all of this, to show you this, to have everything ready. They're going to get them sweet views. There are people that are going to be rich because of this game. I'm not trolling. You're not understanding this. You're really not getting it. If you were the first person to upload the ending to this game, you were getting at least 15, 20 million views within the first, 48 hours? I mean, bro, you're going to be making a hell of a lot of money. And that's just one video, If you're the first to find this Easter egg, if you're the first to show this, if you're the first to discover something in the game or break something in the game or what have you, I mean, it's going to get a lot of fucking views. So I am against the idea of releasing this on disc day one. I think that is not, unless they have the online thing where it makes the disc essentially useless, but you are still running that risk of someone trying to data mine the content on the disc. But I guess it wouldn't be on there fully, so I guess it really wouldn't matter. It really just depends on how they do this, but right now we know the game plan is actually to not delay the disc version, and the disc version is launching November 19th, 2026, the same time the actual game does launch digitally in 288 days, November 19th, 2026. I don't want to go on YouTube 2 weeks before November 19th and have all endings in front of my fucking face. That is a disgrace, and it is an insult to me as a gamer because it's stupid. And you could sit there and say, well, just don't use the internet during that period. And I said, okay, well, then we'll start the isolation chamber up, and motherfucking ass, we got to isolate ourselves so that way we don't see any gameplay, so that way we don't see any leaked images, so that we don't see any endings, and we go in totally fresh. And you will get that perspective. I think that's what we might have to do, especially now that they're considering to put this thing on disc day one. And I just think that that's not the smartest idea. I mean, obviously it is for money because there's certain regions that obviously prefer physical media still. But with that said, and this is going to be a massive download, so I think that might factor into it as well. This could be probably a at least two disc Blu-ray disc game. And you also have to factor in that this is going to be a massive download, at least 150 gigs, if not way more than that, probably 200 gigs if we're talking cents, probably right around there, 200 gigs. I think they'll make it reasonable, but it's still going to be a big game, and not everyone has the fastest internet in the world, and believe it or not, and that's why I think they're still doing it on disc. But I think I think it's just a weird thing to put the game out on disc unless you have a backup plan to say, okay, well, here's the disc, it leaked. But we were 2 steps ahead on that, and we put that motherfucker on DRM, and you got to connect to our server that's not online until November 19th. But that wouldn't work because how are journalists going to play it then? See, this is a big problem, and I think the day one disc version should be delayed until 2027, or at least a couple of weeks after launch. I think putting the disc out day one is just not the smartest idea. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it this time around. You have the game. This game has already leaked. There's been how many? There's been a ton of footage of this game that has leaked in 2022, 2023. Now, granted, it wasn't the final product, but I mean, we got our first look at the game in an unfinished state. We saw the game before trailer 1. Like, I don't think you guys maybe know that, but like, we've seen actual gameplay of this game, and it looks obviously a lot different now, but. That was a disappointing moment because it's just like, wow, this looks like GTA 5 2.0 and motherfucking ass. It just doesn't make sense why they're putting this out day one unless they have those things in place to prevent leaks, because this game's going to be all over the internet. content creators are going to have that advantage if they get it early, if they're able to get it early, so that they can prepare videos and get those videos out November 19th. And, I guess what you do have to do is do an internet blackout and just say, well, I'm looking forward to this game. I know when it's coming out. I can mark it on my calendar, and that's it. And if you go into the game now with just the 2 trailers that we have and the 50-something screenshots, I mean, you're going to be obviously blown away. But, obviously that is going to change because this summer the marketing is going to start. And I would assume a trailer 3 is certainly a thing, and then probably pre-orders and preloads. And the preload thing is going to be crazy. It's going to be a whole new infrastructure to preload this game because you can't have millions and millions and millions and millions of people trying to preload this game all at once. It's not going to work. The PlayStation Store will be down for weeks. So you have to get this thing going, and you have to get it going in a way that makes sense, but you can't get it going too early. I would say early November. They're going to have to do it out. They're going to have to do it in tiers. They're going to have to do it in tiers, kind of like how during COVID you had to pre-order the PlayStation 5 and you couldn't buy it in the store, and you had to. Of course, none of you knew that because you guys were too busy on some dumb fucking gossip forum or something. I mean, fake ass fucking gamers. I was there day one on the PlayStation 5, and we got lucky as fuck. I was up until 3 a.m. trying to get that fucking console, and it was actually mind-blowing that we got it because it was back during COVID. It was fucking tricky to get that console unless you wanted to pay big bucks on eBay, and there was no games for it either. I mean, you had fucking Demon Souls, terrible game by the way, and there was just there's still no games for the PlayStation 5. This is the only game that this is the only game worth the fucking owning the console for at this point. I mean, it's just there's nothing innovative, there's nothing next gen except potentially this game at this point, because it's been 6 years already almost, and motherfucking ass, I have yet to see a next generation game. All of the games that looked good, even the Demon Souls remake, if you put that in now, it doesn't look as good as it once did. And who wants to play that garbage? It's a fucking PS3 game fundamentally. I mean, no one wants to play that crap again. People are burnt out on those games. They make too many of them now. They make too many clones. And it's just, Elden Ring, it was a hit and then it wasn't. Let's just say that. It was a hit and then it wasn't. And, people got that hard reality when the burnout started becoming a thing, when you realize that, man, this game does suck. So we're coming back over here 288 days away. The marketing officially starts this summer. These are not rumors, folks. This was confirmed yesterday. None of these are rumors. November 19th release date is locked in, and we are apparently getting the disc version day one. And last but certainly not least, no generative AI in the game, okay? So we're not, some of you guys were surmising and hoping that maybe the AI NPCs were going to be in the game and that Rockstar was working on some crazy fucking technology. Well, there's no generative AI in the game. These are all confirmations from yesterday. We got a lot of fucking news on this game yesterday. And that's great because they have to reassure people that this shit is still on fucking track, that the train is still on the track, and that it hasn't derailed. No generative AI in the game. Unbelievable. So everything is handcrafted in the game. Disc version day one, November 19th release date locked in yet again. The marketing starts this summer, and that's going to be the big kickoff. The kickoff begins this summer. It doesn't begin November 19th, obviously. It begins way before that, right? So this summer, we're talking potentially in May. Bro, it's almost March, right? You know what I mean? I mean, motherfucking ass, you're going to wake up one day and it's going to be already November. And that's how this is going to roll. So the marketing starts this summer, folks. The marketing, Astrobot was good, but I mean, that's a tech demo. Well, that's the only good game on the PlayStation 5. And I'm talking about the first one. We played the other one that came out a couple of years ago, and for me, it just didn't hit the same. But that's because I played the free one that came with the PlayStation 5, and it's pretty much... we need you to lock in. Game of the Year of 2026. Let's see what Mike Bobo has to say. He's coming in. He says Strauss feels good about it. He didn't confirm November 19th because CEO can't confirm anything. Well, I thought they reassure. I mean, they're reassuring it, essentially. I mean... and it's game development. I mean, if there's a massive game-breaking bug or something, I mean, they're going to have to slam on the emergency brakes, whether or not people want that or not. I mean, that is potentially a possibility. So, all signs are good right now. But, it would really suck for them to start the marketing. They have once I see trailer 3 and they have that release date on the end of trailer 3 again, there's no way they can push it back again. I mean, obviously they can, but boy, oh boy, would it not look fucking good. It would be worse than Cyberpunk at that point. I mean, it's just becoming ridiculous and ridiculous and ridiculous. I mean, how many times was Cyberpunk delayed? 3 or 4? I think officially 3 or 4 delays on Cyberpunk. I mean, I remember this was so ridiculous, and obviously there were so many lies with that game, and the fan base for that game, total retards. I mean, really, honestly, I hate to say that because, I don't really mean it, but I mean they're just stupid. Like they got fucking lied to, and they still get on their knees for CD Projekt Red. They lied so much about that game, it's not even fucking funny. I mean, go watch the Chromecast video. You'll cry at the end because it's just, that's when gaming died, really, is when that fucking game came out and it didn't deliver. That's when it was just time to pack that shit up. Because, that was the game that was hyped up, a fucking cyberpunk RPG. Wow, you can live your life in Night fucking City. All the NPCs are going to have day and night schedules, and, you can customize your character and, go off of different branching paths depending on which fucking thing you choose. And then it turns out that none of your choices really fucking make much of a difference. It's really just fucking pathetic. But they watched the anime and it played that song, and then they get in, and they said, holy fuck, this is amazing. So it's all about emotion. That's why the funeral business is so fucking successful, because they sell on emotion, and it's a terrible thing, really, but it's just so sad. But Cyberpunk was delayed. I mean, Cyberpunk went gold. This is what they said. I remember covering it. We were right here on this bench, and we covered it. And it said the game went gold. And usually that means, well, everything's good to go. Like there's no delaying it anymore, right? And motherfucking ass, they pumped the brakes on it again after it went gold. By the way, so someone was obviously lying. Like the game doesn't go fucking gold and then get delayed again. That's never how it works. So the whole thing was a total shit show, and we don't need another repeat of that, although maybe it would be fascinating if we did get a repeat of it, because that would be interesting and entertaining, because when you actually do play Cyberpunk with all the updates and stuff like that, it's just a fucking boring game. It's a bland game, and it could have been so much more, but it's not, and that's just, it's just another Far Cry game. You just roam around, fight enemies in a group, and rinse and repeat for 40 hours. I mean, ain't nobody want to play that shit. It's 2026, homie. So we don't need another repeat of that, but when the marketing starts this May, potentially, right? That's when summer begins, I believe, right? Or June, whenever. Motherfucking ass. Like that has to mean that the game is 100% coming in November. I mean, if they give us trailer 3 and at the end of trailer 3 it says November 19th again, then it's it. That's it. The game is coming out, and I don't know. It feels like some people don't really want it to release because the grift will be a little bit different. Because right now there's not a lot of people talking about. I mean, there is, but it's not a real thing, and people can't still latch on to it. They still need, and that's why yesterday they were reassuring to their investors that yes, this is, it's happening, and well, the general public needs to have that reassurance too, because motherfucking ass, your grandma doesn't know about GTA 6. No one knows about GTA 6. The only people that know about GTA 6 are Reddit losers and shit like that. I mean, honestly, if you talk to 50 people in real life right now, how many of them are going to say that they've seen trailer 1? Well, it depends on who you ask. I mean, if you ask Gen Z, they might be able to answer that and say, yes, yeah, we've seen the trailer. But if you ask an older generation, they'll say, well, we maybe have heard of Grand Theft Auto, but motherfucking ass, they have not heard of it. They have not seen any of these trailers. So the marketing has yet to start. And, that was a big argument for a while there, is that all the marketing has already started. The marketing hasn't started. When the marketing starts, you'll know. And you'll be sick of the fucking game by then. You'll wish you'd come back to these streams when we knew very little about the game, because believe me, once they start showing more of the game, it almost has the opposite effect. And that's what I said. I said, man, trailer 2 was a disappointment for me. It just didn't hit the same as trailer 1, and I'm not even 100% on board with trailer 1. But obviously trailer 1 showed off a bigger scale game. It showed off something that, like, wow, there's no fucking way there could be that many NPCs on the beach. There's no fucking way that they have a social media system in the game where maybe NPCs can go live on their phone and you can watch their streams on the in-game phone and shit like that. I mean, that's fucking cool. And maybe that shit's still in the game, but we didn't see enough of it in trailer 2 to sit there and say, wow, this is still in the game. Seems like it was was majorly cut, or the focus on trailer 2 was a different focus, but trailer 3 could be even worse. It could go in a totally different direction, and these side characters look terrible too. I mean, really, honestly, generic slop. I didn't need to know about these side characters 2 years before the damn game came out. That's ridiculous. That I can tell you. Let's see here. Trailer 3 will come out before the next earnings call. Yeah, and that's what I said. Well, I mean, why wouldn't it? If the marketing is going to start this summer, why would, it's going to be right around that time. I mean, they want to make it look even better, and they're going to have something to show for in May. I mean, especially now that they've officially said that, the fucking marketing is going to start. I mean, it would be insane for them to pull it back again. Yeah, Cale Hampton and all that crap. I mean, if the performances are good, which I'm sure they will be, although Arthur Morgan was terrible in Red Dead 2. Arthur Morgan was so terrible in Red Dead 2. Oh, my God. I remember, I'm not even trolling. I remember playing the game and thinking, like, wow, this guy's doing, like, some weird-ass fucking impression. Like, it just doesn't sound, it's nothing like, who's the main character in the first, in Red Dead 1? Who's the main character in the first game? Who's the main character in the first game? Can't remember his name. John Marston, yeah. John Marston, the John Marston guy, the actor for John Marston's actually, he's got that grit in his voice. It's a really great casting for John Marston. It's really fantastic, But you look at Arthur Morgan and motherfucking ass, this guy's phoning it in. And he talks about politics way too much on Twitter for me to even invest into the actor and say, well, this is, and I could separate it, but at the same time, it's just like, I don't think his performance was that great. I think it was just, hey there, mister, like anyone can fucking do that. But who's the guy, the first, John Marston, yeah, John Marston, John Marston's voice, you can't replicate that. That's a unique voice. And I think they did a better job. John Marston's voice is very unique, and Arthur Morgan's voice is not. Anyone can really do that. It's a sad situation. God. It's cold out here, folks. We're not looking to not have a discussion. Okay, if you want to lollygag all day on your little Discord, I don't give a fuck. Go over there and stay over there. I really couldn't give two shits what you people do. But if you're going to come in here and not like willingly engage and play retard, well, I can't work off of that, so you're going to be ignored. I'm taking a note from Markiplier. I've been watching Markiplier streams, and he ignored every fucking super chat, so I'm going to fucking do that too, and that guy made some big fucking money. So we're going to fucking do that too. We're going to start ignoring. It's the new era. We're going to ignore the shit out of it. And then maybe you guys will formulate sentences that catch my eye. Because that's all you guys can say is W, and I've gone through the whole fucking list here, and this is the reality of where the game stands right now, and I know you don't care, but don't come crawling back in come November 19th or when Trailer 3 drops in potentially May and start caring then, because that's some bandwagon shit right there. That's some straight-up bandwagon shit. I mean, it really is. Like, you're either with it or you're not with it. I don't know what to tell you. It's like when you get on a football team or a soccer team or whatever, a sports team in general. I mean, there's some fake fans of the sports teams that just jump on board because they want to feel cool and, everyone else likes that team and stuff like that, and they just start jumping on board. And it's ridiculous. I mean, they're called bandwagon fans. They're not real authentic fans of the team with the highs or the lows. It's pathetic. It really is. Harry Holmes in the building yet again. It's what we love to see. Huge W's. Let's go. Harry Holmes is plowing through, and he's coming through so beautifully.
Through Super Chat. John Marston is a better character than Arthur Morgan, as he's more outlaws as well. Best rock star character of all time.
Oh yeah, and it's a more tragic story too when you really look at it. It's a more tragic story. The ending was more impactful, and I knew they were going to do the same thing again in Red Dead 2, which of course is actually the prequel, but. Really, Red Dead Redemption 2 is for blue-haired liberals. I mean, that's really for leftists. That's what it is. And you look at the first game, and it's just like, I don't know, it's just more a manly game. I don't know how to explain it, but I mean, and I'm not saying the first game doesn't have woke themes. Obviously, it does. There's some dialogue in the very beginning with Miss McFarlane that is A little bit progressive. I mean, all their games are progressive. They're actually very progressive. I mean, the Ballad of Gay Tony, what is that? That's why I never played it. It's just like you guys were so infatuated with this Grand Theft Auto 4 DLC, and it's just like, bro, I'm here with Roman and fucking Nico. You know what I mean? Like, that was enough for me. I didn't need to play the DLC. And then they brought the tank back to try and get you guys going, and it's just like everyone's obsessed with the DLC. I didn't play no dumb biker DLC. I didn't play no dumb fucking Ballad of Gay Tony DLC. Like, I ain't playing that shit. We're going to play my fucking base game. I ain't playing no fucking spin-off stories because they're trash. I don't need to see the Ballad of Gay Tony's story. Like, that's fucking stupid. I don't need to see the fucking wannabe Sons of Anarchy biker gang. Like, that's fucking stupid. You know what I mean? It's just like, bro, I'm here for Nico's fucking, he got off the fucking ship. He wants to start over, the American dream, blah, 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 blah. I mean, there's only so much I can take of that, too. But it's just like, bro, y'all obsessed with motherfucking DLC. Like, damn, you guys are more obsessed with the DLC than the actual game. Unbelievable. It's unreal. So, yeah, it says no generative AI. That's what I read. If you don't believe me, you can go Google all that stuff. Now that, obviously there's going to be like AI, traditional AI in the game, but they're not, I don't think, so when you go past a graffiti thing, that's someone actually made that. That's not AI, because most games would just AI that shit. We saw Spider-Man 1 versus Spider-Man 2 on PS5, and it looks worse. They did some like AI upscaling or something, and everything looks too clean, and it's not gritty for New York City. It looks literally worse in my opinion, but there's no coverage of that outside of here. YouTube.com/MichaelDoesLife. Literally no one covered that, and it's insane. Look at this right here. Big dog Joshua Trump. We got to stand up here.
$5.
Here we go.
Imagine shilling GTA 6 while its creators are in bed with the devil.
Yeah.
According to the files. Might as well hire a priest while I play that shit in
Well, I already
November.
told you guys, I said these games are inviting the devil into the home, and I said this game isn't going to do any good for society. There's no doubt about it. You know what I mean? You can't argue that it will. But these mentally ill people that love video games that are 40 years old in their basement, I mean, they'll fucking defend it night and day because they love when Satan's into their home. They love it. They can't get enough of it. It's a sad situation. Joshua Trump is in the building, and he is coming through. And he's coming through in a way that makes sense. And Harry Holmes yet again. Look at this. The champ is here. Holy fucking shit. The champ is here. Harry Holmes.
Tipped £10 through Super Chat. I still think RDR is a better open world than GTA 4, but 4 had a great GTA story. Very impactful.
And I'm going to say something that's a little unpopular, but there's nothing to do in GTA 4 open world. That's why I don't stream it. There's nothing to do in the GTA 4 open world. I'm not going to say it's a terrible open world, but there's just not much to do in it outside of violence. I'm being honest. It's not. You can't talk to people in the game. I don't remember. I don't think you can. You can in San Andreas. Let's not even get down that thing. Oh man, San Andreas. You look. Even the former Rockstar dev. What's his name? And we talked about this. The people that are not at Rockstar, but we'll save that for later as we get closer. But motherfucker, one of the technical directors, and he's a little bit more vocal now on social media, so he's like answering fans' questions and stuff like that. But I think he even said that he enjoyed San Andreas more because there was just much more to do. I mean, San Andreas has a lot of content, bro, and that's why some of these people are streaming it recently. And a lot of people are streaming San Andreas recently, and I thought, damn. And it just has so much content, especially for a PS2 game. I mean, bro, there's so many mini games in there. I mean, you can drive the train, you can do missions with the train. Like, you can't do that in the other GTA games. You know what I mean? You could do car valet. You can do lowrider things. You can customize your cars. You can do races. You can do fucking semi-tractor trailer missions. You can do, I think, even bus missions. I'm not even trolling. You can get your fucking pilot's license. You can get your... Like, there's just so much to do in San Andreas that all of it was pretty much cut in GTA 4 for physics and atmosphere and stuff like that, and better graphics, HD era. But but none of it returned. And that's where I thought GTA 5 was going to mesh the two together. I thought GTA 5 was going to be a blend of San Andreas, all the features of San Andreas that didn't make it over to 4. And you know, it would fuse the technology of 4 with the features that were found in San Andreas, and that would be GTA 5. Well, it turns out that wasn't the case either. I mean, it was a little bit more packed, but there's still nothing to really do in GTA 5 either. I mean, there's just, you know, there's not too much really. You can't even drive the damn train in that game. It's pathetic. And I'm not saying that makes or break a game, but you know, speaking of Red Dead 2, when you let's just not even get into it. So we have to get everything here with this game, because if we start playing this game and it starts to appear that there's nothing to really do in the open world except for fucking story missions about Jason and Lucia and Lucia's butt and all this other fucking stupid shit that you guys like to fucking play incel with, like I just like I can't play an Action Bay fucking movie. Like, I don't need another Action Bay movie. I don't need another thing where it's just like, well, someone's gonna die at the end of the game, then motherfucking ass, you're gonna cry, and then you're gonna say it's the best game ever, and it's just like, grow up. I mean, you know, like give me an immersive open world that's gonna last me a long time, and give me an open world that's gonna last me for, you know, after the story's over. What can I do? And I'm not talking about online, but what can I do after the story's over? Am I bored of the game, or is there going to be at least 10, 15 plus more hours? And that's where I hope GTA 6 comes in and says, we got you covered. Because GTA 4, the open world on that is just kind of, I'm not going to say bland, it's detailed, and it's cool to walk around it and just soak it in, but there's just not many missions, there's not many activities. Look at this right here, Harry Holmes yet again, he is plowing through, he is gracing us with love.
Through Super Chat.
Harry Holmes.
GTA San Andreas will go down as an amazing open world. You can do anything in San Andreas, underrated game of all time.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it is a feature set game. They introduced dating in that game as well. You can go on dates with your girlfriend. I mean, dude, I haven't even mentioned everything in San Andreas. That's how action packed it is. It's insane, especially coming from Vice City. They just packed it all in. You can learn different fighting styles. San Andreas has the content, bro. If you guys do not understand this, then you are a fake gamer. It's as simple as that, because objectively, it is the best Grand Theft Auto game in terms of content, in terms of meat on the bone. We need San Andreas level of feature set and immersion in this game. You can get different fighting styles in San Andreas. You can go into the black truck at night and go into people's... Dude, you're not understanding. It's fucking insane. That I can tell you, it is fucking insane. You can freaking build muscle. You can get fat. You can, I mean, it's just, you can get your homies to come with you. I mean, bro, none of that is in GTA. GTA 4, there needs to be a video that says like a Chromecast style video that like shows the feature set of San Andreas. And motherfucking ass, none of it is in GTA 4. It's unbelievable. Look at this right here. The Bruce Wayne box. Talking Games is in the building. We're getting the lasers. Holy fuck.
Super Chat. I look forward to AI-powered NPC. I guess the wait continues. GTA 6 could have been amazing with NPC that can actually interacted with the player. That's how open world games don't become boring.
Well, unfortunately, I just don't know if the technology is fully there yet. And they probably, you know, in order to do that, they would have had you be connected to the internet 24/7. But I certainly hope that the NPCs in this game are much smarter and more sophisticated than the Red Dead 2 NPCs that just spot off like 3 different fucking lines. Because that's just not going to work in 2026. And it just needs to be a little bit smarter with what you're saying and how they react, and different reactions too. They should do different things instead of just immediately attacking. It can't be this black and white thing where it's just like, I'm going to continue to antagonize and motherfucking ass. It just, the outcome is the same every time. There needs to be different outcomes to like what you're saying to the NPCs to make it more dynamic. There needs to be a little bit more layers to it, and I'm assuming that they have figured that out a little bit better. It's been 8 years since Red Dead Redemption 2. I am assuming that they have made it much better than what it was even in Red Dead Redemption 2, which it was good. But for me, Red Dead Redemption 2 was a big disappointment because I was hyping it up, and hopefully we're not doing that again with this one. I was disappointed with GTA 5. I thought GTA 5 was going to be a great combination of GTA San Andreas and GTA 4, and I thought Red Dead Redemption 2 was going to be this big thing because it's, wow, the first time Rockstar's on the PlayStation 4, the first time Rockstar's on the Xbox One consoles at the time next gen, and motherfucking ass, it looked great graphically. Graphically it looked great, and the sound design was pretty good. But you start to see the cracks when you put a lot of time into it, and hopefully the cracks don't reveal themselves that quick here in Grand Theft Auto 6, because that would be disappointing. Look at this right here. Talking Games is in the building. We got monumental support here today. We're getting the fireworks out for you guys. Talking Games with the Bruce Wayne Bucks and Harry Holmes as well, in addition to everyone else who has came through here today. We're getting the fireworks out for you guys. You guys are coming through so strongly, and in a way that makes sense, and it is what we love to see. Hard and strong. And it is utterly fantastic. We need you guys to lock in and get with the program in here, as we are 288 days away until Grand Theft Auto 6. Now, I will tell you that we have High on Life 2 coming out. We know everyone's excited for that. That's coming out, I believe, the 13th of this month, so that's right around the corner. We'll be probably checking that out. And then, motherfucking ass, you got Resident Evil 9 later this month. That's the big one. Everyone's anticipating Leon, and they can't wait to see Leon in the game and all this bullshit. And we'll see where that goes. Hopefully that's okay. And then, of course, March is going to be packed. There's at least 3 or 4 titles in March that are going to be big. Crimson Desert, that's a big one. And you got motherfucking Marathon, a huge multiplayer game that is going to destroy Arc Raiders. Arc Raiders, look at the numbers for Arc Raiders right now. Upon Fee, are you in here? Look at the motherfucking numbers for Arc Raiders. It's over. It's over. They can barely hit 250K. I mean, when I looked earlier, it was barely like 200-something thousand. And that's, I understand it's like a Monday. What is today? It's a Wednesday, so I mean, it's not going to be that popular. But I mean, bro, you gotta have content for Arc Raiders. There's gotta be you have a once in a lifetime success. This team needs to. You shouldn't have went on vacation in Malibu or where the fuck they went. Like, they should have sat inside and said, no, we're working on this game because we know we have a shelf life. Marathon's coming out in March. That's it. It don't matter if your game is being played by Peanut right now. Peanut's moving over to Marathon. I guarantee you that. All the big streamers are moving over to Marathon. Unless Marathon is total garbage, which it won't be. It's Bungie. Sony acquired them a few years ago. Motherfucking ass. That was a big deal. So this is their, and obviously Bungie is a different company than what they were when they made Halo and stuff. But, they make Destiny and shit like that. So, Marathon is going to be huge, and Arc Raiders is done.
At Harry Holmes,
look at this right here. Get Harry Holmes in the building. Look at this right here. Huge W's. Huge W's. Huge
GTA
W's.
San Andreas was made for PS2 as well.
That's what I'm saying.
Rockstar GTA 4 is dark, boring, and same old worst GTA in the series. San Andreas is the gold standard, making Cyberpunk 2077 look so sad. That game.
Oh yeah, San Andreas. I mean, yeah, that's the problem. They're not focusing on features. They're focusing on graphics, and they're not worrying about the immersion. They're not worrying about any of that stuff because, quite frankly, they don't think that sells in 2026. And I disagree. I think it does sell. I don't want ray tracing. I don't want, the photorealistic graphics. I want a feature set game. I want Vice City to feel alive. I want Vice City to be immersive. I want Vice City to have a ton of activities. So that way, even if we're done with the story, we can still play as maybe either Jason or Lucia, depending on where the story goes. And you could still have fun in Vice City with a lot of things to do that you maybe forgot to experience when you were first playing through the story. So that's what needs to happen. They need to bring back the San Andreas mentality and throw everything at the wall and just put a bunch of mini games in a motherfucking game. I mean, there's stuff in San Andreas that I guarantee I'm missing out on. I mean, especially from Vice City. I mean, look at that right there. 2002 to 2004, they worked on that shit for 2 years, and they put out that. And it's the biggest map. At the time, it was the biggest map for way bigger than Vice City's map, San Andreas, and it was very diverse too. You had a lot. It was way better than GTA 5's map. GTA 5's map is Los Santos at the very bottom of the map, and then the rest is basically motherfucking countryside, and it's all boring. And it's just like, what is this garbage? Bro, you had fucking Las Vegas, and that's another thing we didn't touch on, the whole Las Vegas. I mean, dude, it's fucking crazy. San Andreas is crazy, bro. And that's a PS2 game, bro. That means that hardware does not matter at all. It literally does not matter. And these devs are wasting resources on bullshit that they think is going to sell well, what it won't. Because ain't nobody caring about no fucking ray tracing bullshit. And frame rate, that's cringe. Give me 1080p 30. And if this is the most immersive open world game that I've ever played, it's getting a 10 out of 10. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? We don't need fucking 4K, 1440p, all this other bullshit. Give me a fucking immersive Vice City. Give me a living, breathing Vice City, and we'll start talking in a way that makes sense, because that's more exciting to me. San Andreas is a better game than GTA 4, and it's a better game than GTA 5, and I thought GTA 5 was going to be the big opportunity. Now, they have added a lot to GTA Online, but if you don't play that, then you're not getting that in the single player, so they're not carrying that stuff over. And they just recently updated GTA Online to where you can get the mansion and you can work out and you can do this and you can do that. And you know, there's a lot of stuff in GTA. You can get jobs now in GTA Online, like regular jobs. You can be a firefighter. You can be a forklift operator. So you can actually, so this is, seemingly this is where they're going to potentially take GTA 6. I don't know if they will fully take it there. Maybe that's just for the online stuff. But, you know, if you can get little jobs like that in GTA 6 here, you know, that would be kind of cool, even if it's a little mundane. I mean, just something to do once you beat the game. You can say, well, this is cool. And then you can make a video and say, well, you know, I'm a forklifter. You know, Jason's working at the factory as a forklift operator. I don't know. I mean, it's better than nothing, because once you roll the credits, then you're going to be waiting for the online, and that isn't coming until obviously 2027. There's no fucking way about that. And I said the online, you know, when is that releasing? Like, there's no talk of GTA Online 2.0. And, you know, that's a huge mystery. What are they working on with that, and when is that coming? I would argue at this point it might be coming this fall. Not this fall, but I would say maybe fall of 2027. At first I would say spring, but I don't know. They might need more time to work on that online. So I would say spring of 2027 or fall of 2027 for the online, because that would give them a lot of breathing room for people to marinate with this game. And if the single player campaign is so in-depth and detailed, then, you know, quite frankly, they won't need the online immediately. But I guess maybe spring would work out better, but you can get a lot of people back in, and I think Take-Two wants this to come out during the holiday season, for, you know, right during the holiday rush, you know, because more people are going to be spending money on gaming stuff and consoles and stuff like that, as opposed to, you know, the original release date, which was May 26, 2026. That's right before the World Cup, and it's in the summertime, and ain't nobody fucking. A lot of people don't play video games in the summer. They're too busy outside. Look at this right here. Harry Holmes is in the building. It's getting cold. Harry Holmes is in the building.
Through Super Chat. I know most people disagree, but San Andreas is very big game in general. So much to do. Early 2000 was an amazing time to game.
I mean, it really was fantastic. Well, not only that, but San Andreas had two-player co-op as well. If you had another controller and a buddy to play with, I mean, it was a co-op experience as well. It's insane. I mean, the amount of stuff you can do in San Andreas, and I'm sure you can go to the AI and ask it what is every mini game and stuff like that. The list is huge. The list is insane. That I can tell you. Harry Holmes coming through yet again. It's what we love to see. Big time, big dog support here today. As we're coming through hard and strong. It is a fucking cold one out here. Holy fuck, we're getting cold. So we might have to wrap this up here shortly, because we're actually getting cold. It looks like we got Joshua Trump coming through yet again in the pipeline here. 28 degrees Fahrenheit, by the way. Holy fucking shit. Yeah, we're going to have to wrap this up here shortly. We're starting to get the chills. But we've been out here for at least an hour and 30 minutes or something. I mean, it's been a long stream here for the weather anyway. It's pretty terrible out here. I wonder if that's ice back there. It might be ice. Look at this right here. Joshua Trump is in the building.
$5. Vice City is the keenest, though. Only thing that held GTA 4 together was the Euphoria engine.
Yeah.
Liberty City is and will always be the worst GTA setting.
Yeah, well, I mean, well, I think they nail it right. I think they nail that gritty New York feel, and I think it's got great atmosphere and great mood vibe and stuff like that. But yeah, Vice City had the feel good vibes. You know, you were in Miami, and you know, obviously that's seemingly returning here. That's seemingly returning here in Grand Theft Auto 6. So if they can mend it together and say, hey, let's bring all this shit back. Let's bring that San Andreas meat on that bone to GTA 6 in a modern-day photorealistic Vice City. I think you have a winning recipe here that is going to be played for years and years and years and years to come. You thought the 13-year gap between GTA 5 and GTA 6 was bad. Motherfucking ass. This is going to be a huge gap. We're talking at least 20 years before potentially GTA 7 unless AI really changes the whole dynamic of the scene and stuff like that. So it's crazy, I'll tell you. We're going to go through this list again here in case you guys missed it, because we actually got information on this game, more so than ever before, that I can recall anyway, on the plans of what they're hoping to accomplish here this year. We're 288 days away until the release. The marketing officially starts this summer, and that's really the best news, because once that starts up, it's going to be harder for them to push it back again, and that screams more confidence than ever that they have to get this game out, even if it is not in a complete state. That's okay. They can patch it up later just like every other game, you know what I mean? So the November 19th release date is locked in. The disc version, day one. Now that I don't agree with. Although, you know, hey, if we get it early, we'll be working hard for you to bring you the best coverage of this game possible. If we are able to get the game early, that would be a huge advantage. Let's just put it that way. In the sea of content creators and people that are going to be making videos on this game, and there's apparently no generative AI as well. So It is going to get crazy here as we head into the summer of 2026, I told you. And it's going to feel a lot better out here, too. And we're hoping that Trailer 3 might be coming in May. Joshua Trump says, no lie, I'm really excited for GTA 6. Don't need to buy any other game after that. I agree. I agree. Because the Elder Scrolls, I mean, you know, if you were looking forward to the Elder Scrolls, Bethesda doesn't have what it takes. They don't have that anymore. They don't have that drive. You look at Starfield, and they're too busy trying to revamp Starfield. They said Starfield 2.0 is coming out sometime this year, and it's just like, well, how are they going to get people to care about that game? I mean, you're going to put it out on PS5. You're going to change a few things about the game, and then apparently everyone's going to give a shit about it now. I mean, yeah, you're going to have a lot of new players, obviously. You're going to have a lot of new players because it's not on PS5. You cannot play Starfield on PS5. So you are alienating at least, 20, 30, 40 million? How many people have PS5s? You're alienating a lot of people that if they only have a PS5, they can't play it. So, yeah, it is a big it's a big number that they want to obviously tap into, but what are they going to what is Todd Howard and his team going to do to say, hey, guys, look, come back in? Well, motherfucking ass, you got to cut down on them loading screens. And even that wouldn't make it. That really wouldn't. I mean, here's the thing. If you could seamlessly fly to a planet, not that you would want to, but if you could, if that option was in there, I think that would help with the immersion. And, again, the loading screens, they're just nonstop in that game. But it's just a boring game. You can't make an interesting space game. I mean, very seldom can you do that unless you're really riding off of the Star Wars property. You know, and that's its own thing. So, because Mass Effect to me is boring, but, man, we get in trouble when we say that. They get really hot about it. We got the Queen in the building. Let's get some hearts for the Queen. She's in the building. Let's get some hearts for the sweetheart. She loves and I love, and those hearts are beautiful on that screen because it's cold and we need some warming up. Look at them hearts. Let's look at them hearts again. Beautiful. If we can get them to work, the machine is malfunctioning here. I don't know how this is operating. Look at that right there. Hearts for the Queen. We need you to start locking in. We're going to probably wind this one down here. We're getting water in our eye. And it's getting really cold out here if we're not moving around. We need you guys to lock in. One in the chat. If you're still with us here, the chat is completely died. I can't sit out here, guys. It's 28 degrees Fahrenheit. It's below freezing, technically. I think 32 degrees Fahrenheit is freezing. So it is actually technically below freezing. And the sun is out, which is fantastic. But We need at least 20 more degrees out here to really be a little bit more comfortable. Put them shorts on and say, damn, GTA 6 season's here. You know, I mean, it's going to be amazing. I'm going to get them Tom Petty records out, and you're going to be fucking, oh, we're going back to the summer of 69 with this summer. Yeah, it's going to be amazing. We're going to have some big content for you guys once they start locking this in. At least that's our hope. But we need big viewers. We need these people to start locking in and stop being weird. Just for this little ride here as we head into. Then you guys can go back to your whatever you guys do. We're gonna get them Tom Petty records going. Oh man, they can't handle it. It's a sad situation. That we can tell you. It's a sad situation. GTA 6 will be woke. Well, that's okay. You know, I mean, of course it's going to be woke. I mean, that's just the way it is.
Because just
look at this right here. Captain Brick is in the building.
Through Super Chat. Locked in, lock emoji.
That's what we're talking about. Captain Brick is in the building. We have beautiful support here today. I mean, we're talking really fantastic support here today. You guys are coming through. And we do appreciate that coming through so fantastically here. Captain Brick in the building. Tom Petty fans. Yeah, the Tom Petty fans. I can't imagine the song for Trailer 3. It's going to be another song that people pretend that they knew about. And then when it comes out, they're going to say that they were fans of that song for 15 years or something. And they weren't fans. Just like the Trailer 2 song, So Hot Together, I'm being honest with you, I've never heard of that song before in my life. And it's like, yeah, I've heard of Tom Petty, and Tom Petty's been in GTA games before, but I've never heard that one either. So they're going with deep cuts. And as long as they're good, I guess it works. But yeah, Trailer 3, and as we get closer to the game's release, I think the music will have to ramp up and it'll be a little bit more recognizable. I think they're going to have to get a big hit in there. They had freaking Michael Jackson in Vice City. That was the first song that I think was in the car radio. It was Billie Jean, and it's just like, bro, they can never get Michael Jackson now. Michael Jackson would cost way too much. They're putting out that new Michael Jackson movie, and he's bigger now than ever. Could you imagine if they had Billie Jean in the fucking trailer? Holy shit! Or whatever. What was it in Vice City? There was a Michael Jackson song when you first got into the car after the cutscene. Maybe it was Beat It. I can't remember. But motherfucking ass, dude, if that played on Trailer 3, you got to lock in. You got to lock in on that. That would be insanity. But I don't think they can't afford it. Look at that right there. Adam Theory. Imagine not knowing what woke is. Well, why don't you go ahead and define it for us then? Why don't you go ahead and go ahead and, if you're the expert, go ahead and define woke. Because I think I know what it is, but I'm not going to fill you in. Oh, well, that's what I'm saying. The Michael Jackson movie's coming out in April, and if they put out the GTA Trailer 3, and it's got a deep cut Michael Jackson song, because he's got some songs that most people, they may have heard, but not as much as the regular ones. That would be insanity. Let's see. What if it's not even a big upgrade over GTA 5 and you're just going to be bored out of your mind? Well, I would hope that that's not the case. We'll probably cry on the stream because gaming's over for me. This is kind of the last ride here unless something else comes along. But, I mean, honestly, this is it. I mean, if this game cannot fulfill and exceed expectations, then I don't know what we're waiting for, but obviously it's never going to come. So we'll have to wait for AI to become better, and we'll just create our own games. Because I already said, I mean, we can go to Project Genie right now, and we can make something that's a little interactive. It's not obviously there yet, but, it will be in the next 5 years. Absolutely, it will be. And that's why they were talking about that yesterday. They were talking about Project Genie and how people were going crazy and saying, oh, wait a minute, this could, and these anti-AI people are just, were they doing this when the Ford Model T came out in 1912 or 13 or some shit? Motherfucking ass, you guys are still on the horses complaining about how the Ford Model T is the devil, and dude, I bet they were. Well, no one's riding around a horse now, are they? What happened? Same thing with AI. You can be against it all you want, but it's here to stay. I hate to say it like that, but it's just true. I mean, it's already in your phone. You can't. There's AI running in your phone. You can't not turn it off. It's called machine learning. Machine learning's been around for 15 years, probably, if not longer than that. What are you guys smoking? You know what I mean? Like, so there's technically AI already going on within your technology. There's AI right now we're using AI right now to do this stream. And I don't mean it's just background AI to help do whatever it needs to do it. You know, these fireworks are AI. There's an algorithm running in the background that we don't know. And it's not working now, but look at this right here, see? So it's cutting me out. It's doing a terrible job. Oh, there, it's doing a better job. It's cutting me out in real time. Obviously, there's something going on in the background to make that work. It's not just, So AI is here. But there is no generative AI in GTA 6. And I think that they wanted to reassure that so that way people didn't freak out over that because they get weird with AI.
Harry Holmes,
these people get weird. Harry Holmes is a legend. Holy fucking shit! Beautiful.
It's funny how someone said GTA 4 betters San Andreas. It's had the features in the game, but I was there in 2004 on PS2. You wasn't, bud.
Harry Holmes is laying down the reality check. GTA 4 is better than San Andreas. Yeah, I mean, I don't agree. I think GTA 4 is great, but I don't think it's better than San Andreas because there's just less gameplay. You can walk around Liberty City and take it in and absorb it like a sponge and listen to the sound design. The sound design in GTA 4 is really good, fantastic. That's one of the reasons why we kept playing it. But, there's nothing to do in the open world. I mean, you don't really have that many side missions or anything. It's just like do the story, and Liberty City is kind of just, I mean, it's got the mood, it's got the vibe, it's got the New York grit of the 2000s, and it's a depressing game to play, and that's what it needs to be. But motherfucking ass, like there ain't much to do it. That's why I don't stream it. I can't. I mean, if we want to do the missions, I guess. But if you want me to roam around GTA 4 and I mean, what is there to do? You just go beat people up, and that's all you do. You can't do anything else in the game. Harry Holmes in the building and plowing through hard and strong. And Adam Theory says if AI can make games not take a decade to produce, I'm all for it. That's what I'm saying. There needs. Fuck, is it getting cold out here? There needs to be. There's a new statement from Strauss about GTA 6 marketing. Check the GTA 6 countdown. Well, I'm too cold for that. You're going to have to tell me what it says. These fingers are cold, bro. It's cold out here. I know you guys don't get that, but what does he say? Did they do a new interview? GTA San Andreas is up there with Mario 64. What? Well, that's two different generations. 210 viewers, by the way. Harry Houdini plowing through. He reconfirmed the marketing. Wow. Yeah. So this is the plan. I mean, this is the game plan. They're sticking with it. They are seemingly more confident than ever before. But I mean, they got to get that holiday rush sales. And November is a great time because you're going to have to get a PS5 Pro if you want the best of what the game is probably going to have to offer. And that's good luck getting that thing come November of 2026 and even beyond for Christmas. Little Johnny's going to want the PlayStation 5 Pro, and motherfucking ass, it ain't going to be available. You're going to go on eBay and spend $1,000 on that sumbitch. So 288 days away. The marketing starts this summer. That is fantastic news because if we came away from yesterday and there was still no word on when this thing is really going to start with the marketing, I would have said there's just no confidence in it. But now that we have a timeline, we have an expectation. We have an expectation, and it's this summer for the marketing.
Captain Brick Super Chat.
Captain Brick yet again. He's in the building. Huge W's. Captain Brick's coming through. Yeah, that's what I said. I said, well, motherfucking ass. They said the marketing is going to start this summer. That's the best news I've ever heard. Because now we have an expectation this summer. We have something to look forward to. We know that there is something on the horizon. It's not just this vague thing. Well, yeah, the marketing will begin when we deem it necessary to begin and shit like that. That's not an answer. Well, this summer is an answer, and now we have an expectation that there is something coming this summer, whether it be a new trailer, screenshots, what have you. Obviously, the ball is going to get rolling, and like they said, we're going to be eating red meat for breakfast. That's what we want. I mean, motherfucking, it's almost too good to be true, because it feels like this game is just. I mean, it feels like some days I'm not gonna get into it, but some days we wake up and it's just. I feel like I'm in a fucking. I don't know how to describe it. Like we're in limbo here with this fucking game. Like it's just like. Sometimes I don't even know if we're really living. I think we're in a simulation or something. It's just weird how this game is still not fucking out, man. It's fucking insane. But now we have more confidence, and that's fantastic. Especially, I thought yesterday was going to be a nothing burger, but boy oh boy did they come out with some crazy stuff. I thought yesterday was going to be a nothing burger, but I think you have to reassure the investors that motherfucking ass this is still on track and it's still coming, and we got more in store, especially as it's the new year 2026. I think that was the right move. We just hope that they stick to the plan and everything works out. And look at this right here. Adam Theory's got that thinking cap on. He says, I'll have 2 new PlayStation 5 Pros for sale later this year. Only $1,200. Hit me up. He's already trying to sell them. Dude, you're gonna be selling for more than that.
4,500.
Henry Holmes yet again. Holy shit, legendary support.
Through Super Chat. It hurts me Rockstar made only on cult culture that is San Andreas is the best because it has endless contact after that Rockstar fell off the wagon.
Yeah, I mean, we forgot to mention in San Andreas you could do the taxi missions, you can do the ambulance missions, I believe, you can do the firefighter missions. It's all there on the disc, one disc, PlayStation 2 game, by the way. It is unbelievable. Harry Holmes yet again in the building and coming through, plowing hard and strong. And it hurts me, Rockstar made only cut culture. San Andreas is the best because of the endless content after that Rockstar fell off. Yeah, well, they changed direction, and I thought 5 was going to be the return. I mean, I really did. I thought 5 was going to be the San Andreas, where it's a hybrid of 4 and San Andreas. And motherfucking ass, you play that, and it's just like, dude, there's nothing to do in 5. I mean, I guess a little bit more than 4, but they brought the parachutes back because people were complaining about there's no parachutes in GTA 4. They had to. I think it returned in the DLC, but not in the base game. So they had to bring some of that stuff back, but it's just there's not enough meat on the bone. And that game came out 12, 13 years ago. We really need to see a light year difference. I mean, that's over a decade. We need to see we can't be seeing GTA 5 2.0 here. We have to have something that's just a lot more meat on that bone, where it's just like, bro, if I don't even want to do the first mission of the game, or whenever you get into the open world, if I just want to talk to every NPC and that's even more in depth than Red Dead 2, and it's actually even better, then that's what we'll be doing. We won't even be playing the fucking mission. I am not rushing through this game, guys. Okay, and I know we're gonna have problems with spoilers and stuff, because man, oh man, are they gonna come in here and start that bullshit? So, but I'm not rushing through this game. Now, if we get it early, since it is coming to disc day 1, there might be a possibility. And if we do get it early, we're going to have to get our butt in gear on that. But if we don't get it early and we wait until it does release, then we're going to take it at our own pace. There's no reason to rush through it. I mean, there's really not, because what are we going to look forward to afterward? The online? We'll wait for that when it comes. I want to soak this one in. We're not going to be rushing through shit just because everyone else has beat it and, they want to discuss it. And it's just like, well, no, you're going to have to tune in and watch World Class play at his pace. And if he wants to walk around Vice City for 12 hours straight and just talk to the NPCs, then so fucking be it, because we'll find something in the game that no one else will. More than likely. Or we'll break the game before anyone else does. Because the way I play games, they just automatically break on me. You don't even try. We literally don't even try. I mean, I've never seen Arc Raiders. Just the other day, Arc Raiders, we fell through the whole fucking map. I've never seen that. That's fucking crazy. It's unbelievable. Saints Row 2 was basically Saints Row 2's. I don't think it holds up that well. If I were to play it now, I don't think it would. It would be. I don't think it would hold because it's a 2008 game. But yeah, San Andreas, and that's where San Andreas. I mean, not San Andreas, but Saints Row 2. That's where Saints Row 2 could shine because you get bored in Liberty City, you come over and you play San Andreas. It's basically a San Andreas clone, and there was a lot of shit to do in Saints Row 2. Saints Row 2 had a lot of shit to do as well, but it was Saints Row. But yeah, I mean, they're going to have to look at all those games that have come out and formulate something that's going to be even better and bigger in this motherfucking game, GTA 6. Remember when Take-Two said a delay would not happen, and then they delayed to March 2026, then they kept saying no delay. Okay, but here's the difference this time around. We have an expectation, more so than just the release date. They said the marketing is beginning this summer. So here's the thing. If the marketing doesn't begin this summer, then that's a massive red flag. That I can tell you. So this summer is when we're going to have the next
At upon
big
fee
thing. Look at this right here.
Super
Upon fee is plowing through.
Imagine current developers having to make games for a PS2. They'd be 2D.
Oh.
Where is that old school dev talent?
Yeah, they don't.
GTA 6 truly is one of our last hopes.
That's what I'm saying. And this is the last of the kind. I mean, this is the last of it. This game is apparently using no generative AI. How many games are actually using AI? Expedition 33 used AI, and they got in trouble for that because they didn't tell her. And using AI, people on the internet do not like that, especially which political side you lean on. For some reason, it's political. I don't fucking know why. It has nothing to do with that, but whatever. They make everything political. Just like owning a Tesla, they made that political too. It's just like, dude, where are the politics? It's a car. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. It's just like, okay, yeah, people, some people are against electric cars and stuff like that. Well, that's their preference. I don't know where the politics come in. Everything's got to be about politics. It's ridiculous. But that's why I think they said no generative AI because, quite frankly, they wanted to simmer people down and because a lot of people probably had that Project Genie thing. But the old school devs, I mean, that talent is long gone. These developers, they don't. Oh. And that's what I'm saying. I mean, all three technical directors are gone here. All three technical directors are gone. I don't know who the technical director is on this game. Maybe it's the Red Dead 2 guy. But motherfucking ass, all the GTA guys are gone. The three lead technical directors that have been working on these since what, GTA 3? So that's a huge problem. So from GTA 3 to GTA 5, you had, Adam Fowler on this. He's gone, right? And I hope that stuff doesn't come to fruition because that's going to be bad. If you can see that the talent, I don't know. I need functionality in these games. We can't sit around and just play the cutscenes and play the missions and call it a day. That's ridiculous. We can't be just. We need gameplay function. We need NPC reactions. We need a lot of things going on in these systems, in these games. And if these technical directors, I hope they have what they need to know in order to make something special. Look at this right here. Harry Holmes yet again.
At Harry Holmes,
the legend.
4,576
Holy
has just tipped
dude.
£10 through
The
Super
legend.
Chat. I think he's been delayed. Rockstar know GTA 6 has to be the best GTA game. I think they know they got an amazing game, but we'll see in November.
Yeah, I think most people are going to be blown away. I mean, the normies will. I mean, they were blown away with Red Dead 2. Now, I was, it's going to take a little bit more for me because I start observing things, and when things don't start, matching up to what we're seeing on the surface, then it starts becoming really silly. And, maybe we're expecting too much, but this time around, I don't think we are. It's a $1 billion game. I mean, it literally is. It's a $1 billion game. Harry Holmes in the building yet again. It's what we love to see. The fireworks continue to come out if they work. The lasers, rather, they continue to come out. Harry Holmes in the building. That's got to be, the 15-time Tony Hawk combo. Harry Holmes is plowing through here today, and he's doing it so fantastically. And a huge shout-out to Talking Games as well, with those Bruce Wayne bucks earlier. But we are going to be probably winding this one down here. It's getting really cold. We're going to go for 2 hours, so about 8 more minutes here. 8 more minutes, and then we're going to be wrapping the broadcast up here today, as it is chilly out here. And motherfucking ass. So we got High on Life 2. We'll check that out. That's not a big one. But that's coming out, I believe, what is it, February 13th, I think? So that's coming out right around the corner in a couple of weeks or so. And then you got Resident Evil 9. That's, of course, the big daddy of this month. And then March, you have 3 games coming out that are big games. Marathon, that's a multiplayer game that's going to last you for quite some time. And then you got Crimson Desert. That's going to last you for quite some time, unless it's terrible. And, you know, you have WWE 2K if you're into that. And then you got Lego, Batman, and then the summer's here. So these 3 or 4 games in late February, March, they should be able to hold you over until GTA 6. Just take your time with these games, and they'll be able to hold you over. Now, if you rush through them so you can brag to your friends and show off these trophies and shit, then you might get bored of these games quick. I mean, if you guys plow through Resident Evil 9, well, you better hope that there's post-game content, because you know you might be bored of the game after you're done with it, after 15 hours of playing it. So we're going to try and take our time on Resident Evil 9 as well, because there's just no rush. I mean, there's no rush, and we want to soak it in and try and enjoy it before it gets really dumb and really stupid, because I already know that game's going to get hopefully, but we'll see where they take it. I don't know. They're holding back way too much on this fucking game, and it's hard to really say. It's a 50-50 at this point. GTA 6 is hiding the identity of the technical director. Well, the game's not out. This needs to push gaming forward with at least 10 new innovative mechanics. Oh yeah, we got Fable as well. Oh, Jesus Lord. Yeah, we got Fable as well, and you can talk to every NPC in Fable, and you can do a lot in Fable, and you know they were already complaining about it being woke and that the character animation is the same as the female and all this stuff, and it's just like, of course the game's gonna be woke. Like, I don't understand why this is like a big shocking moment for these grifters. These people need to get jobs. You're not saying anything new. You're just pretending to be surprised on the obvious. Of course it's woke. I don't care. If the functionality is amazing and the NPCs are, you know, cool, and there's functionality to what you can do within the world, and but you know, if the NPCs are just going to stand around all day in Fable, then that's not going to be that compelling or exciting. I'll tell you that. And I think I'm seeing a little too much of that in Fable already. So you know, and that's a problem with modern gaming. Even Hogwarts Legacy has that problem. All the NPCs just kind of stand around. There's a big problem with that as of late. Within, I'd say, the last maybe 10 years. They can't figure out how to move NPCs on the screen. I'm not trolling. It's a big problem. They're like statues. Like, how can you sell a living, breathing world when every NPC is not even really moving around and stuff? There's just no believability to it whatsoever. It's a sad situation. That we could tell you. Go back to Metal Gear. Oh Lord. Yeah, we don't need to go back to Kojima. I'll play Kojima's new scary game, new horror game, but that ain't coming out for probably quite some time. And that won't even make sense either. None of his games make sense. But they love Kojima. They love Kojima. They can't get enough. They love Kojima. Okay, we got about 4 minutes left here. We will be wrapping it up in about 4 minutes, folks. But we wanted to recover some things that we missed yesterday, because I didn't know this stuff was a reality until we looked, and they said the disc version is coming day one, and I thought, wait a minute, that's weird. I hope they reconsider that and at least push it back a couple of weeks. Maybe not into 2027. I don't even think you need to do that, but push it back into because I don't think the disc is a priority. I mean, you know, I'm sure we have the sales figures on that. I think most people at this point are probably buying digitally. Now, maybe for this game, it's a little different because people have nostalgia and they want to get the disc, and maybe there's a map inside. You know, that would be obviously awesome, but man, the spoiler thing is going to be a big problem, and you're going to have to get off the internet. I'm going to do the Isolation Chamber stream, and that's what we're going to have to do at this point, because it looks like the freaking disc is coming day one. Unless we get it early, the whole game's going to be on YouTube. The whole chat's going to be spoiling the fucking game. You know, oh God, it's going to be terrible in here, man. This is why we don't want the disc day one. I mean, it's causing problems. They're going to spoil the shit out of the game before we can even, because that's what someone will do. They'll fucking super chat something and then they'll say the ending, and it's just like, wow, we haven't even beat the first fucking mission, and here's the ending, you know? Just like Red Dead 2, they spoiled that, but we were at least halfway through that, and it's just like at that point, we were done with it. Oh. Well, we're going to be wrapping it up here in a couple of minutes. We're going to be wrapping it up here in a couple of minutes. We're going to be wrapping it up here in a couple of minutes. And look at this right here, Harry Holmes yet again. Holy motherfucking shit.
At Harry Holmes,
Harry
4,576
huge
has just
W's.
tipped £10
It is
through
a party
Super
in
Chat.
here that we can
What
tell you.
people don't realize, game developer release games close together on purpose because they want you to consume all of it. That's they mind games.
Harry Holmes in the building yet again with a beautiful big-time support. I mean, we're talking the Michael Jordan of supporters in here, just plowing through with the Bruce Wayne box. And he says, what people don't realize, game developer release games close together on purpose because they want you to consume it all at once. Yeah, and you know, it's just, that's what I said. I mean, you're going to have so many new games to play here that there's no reason to rush through any of these games if you're going to be buying more than one in the coming weeks here, because, you know, if you rush through them, then you're going to be bored quicker. And I think if you take your time with these games, because it's been pretty dry as of late. I mean, what was the last big game that came out? I can't remember. It was terrible. I know that. I really can't remember. What was the last big game? Ghost of Yote? There was something after that. What was the last big game? Call of Duty? Battlefield 6? I mean, really, there's nothing big. And those games, I mean, I think what we have here, Crimson Desert, that's a big question mark. I think that's going to have some performance problems, but maybe not. And then motherfucking ass, or it's just going to be like too good to be true, mobile game experience. But, you know, we have Resident Evil, and that's the first time since 2021 we got a brand new Resident Evil game that's not a remake. So that's exciting for me anyway. Much more so than these terrible remakes. I don't need to see another remake. I want to play something new. Finally, something new. Yeah, we got. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be Crimson Desert looks. Well, I saw the interview that guy did with one of the Crimson Desert guys, and he turned off comments, and the guy didn't sound confident at all. So I don't know. Maybe he's just not good at speaking, but it was just a lot of like. Silent moments where he didn't know how to answer the question. Like, I don't know. Because when I talked to the EA guys, they knew how to fucking answer the question. These guys were media trained. I mean, they knew how. If they couldn't answer it, they you know, you got to be a politician. You got to spin it. Because I asked the NBA Live guy, I said, is this one on Frostbite? And he couldn't, you know, I mean, obviously the game wasn't on Frostbite, but Madden was transitioning. Madden was going to Frostbite like that year or the year before. So Madden was already on Frostbite. FIFA was on Frostbite. And I you know, I was asking, is it, you know, is it? I think I asked, is it coming in the future? And you know, he didn't answer it directly because, you know, he was obviously trained to handle questions like that. What a great, I mean, fantastic. I hate repeating the story. Well, actually, I don't hate repeating it, but really great people at EA. I mean, I wish you could have been there to experience the greatness. Everyone had a smile on their face. They didn't have to be happy. They didn't have to do interviews. It was the last day too. They were working nonstop the whole weekend. Great experience. That's why I got great things to say about EA, because I met some of the people there, and we're not just talking. I mean, these guys were directors of these games. I talked to the Madden director. I mean, great people, really down to earth people. I mean, I was blown away. Alrighty, folks, we have hit the 2-hour marker. We're going to be wrapping this one up. Before we do, let's go through it again. The reality of GTA 6 as it stands, 288 days away. Marketing starts this summer. That's the expectation, folks, this summer. So you don't even have to wait 288 days, because this summer we could be eating pretty good here. November 19th, release date locked in as of now. Disc version day one as well. And no generative AI. Wow. It's almost too good to be true. I mean, it really is. I'm starting to feel like it might be too good to be true here. And we're just not used to this actually maybe coming out and being a real thing at this point. It's been so fucking long since trailer 1. Alrighty, we are going to be wrapping it up here. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, tagging along, supporting the show, and a huge W to Harry fucking Holmes, Talking Games, and everyone else that came through with a beautiful fantastic support here today. Let's get them freaking fireworks out for the folks at home, plowing through hard and strong, and in a way that makes sense. You guys are champions, and we do appreciate your kind generosity. But with that said, we're going to wrap it up here. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, tagging along, supporting the show, and we will see you later. It's over.